New Zealand motorcycle racing has come of age. This man represents a benchmark of newfound sophistication. Hideo Kanaya is an official rider for the Japanese Yamaha factory team. Korean-born and now resident in Japan, Kanaya at 32 has seen several successful European and American seasons, and now rides strictly as a test and development rider under contract to the factory. New Zealand has never seen an official factory motorcycle team entry before, and in a country where favourites are often established by pressmen before their arrival, even the pessimists are in awe. Kanaya's machine is a Yamaha YZR 750. It's a prototype in the same way as its predecessors, the OW Group, were of the following season's over-the-counter TZ 750Ds. Kanaya is in New Zealand with two highly qualified engineers posing as mechanics to put into practice the months of design, computer readouts and engineering expertise aimed at establishing this machine as a 750 class world beater for 1978. The Australian-based Kawasaki team with its three riders has come in earnest. Greg Hansford starts as firm favourite along with Kanaya. Team manager and ace tuner Neville Doyle will be the busiest man of the series with 6 bikes to keep race fit.
The Marlboro Series is more or less an off-season for us in Australia. We finish late November or early December with our racing series over there. So we decided to holiday in New Zealand and race while we're at it.
So if you're here on holiday and it's an off-season venture, how seriously are you taking it?
With our setup, we take all of our racing pretty seriously. It's not a case of not taking the job seriously, it's a case of change of scenery and change of people more than anything else. We'll still be taking the thing pretty seriously.
Who are you looking at to be the #1 man of the team?
Greg naturally is the #1 because he's the fellow that does most of the winning.
It's going to be really close. There's not only like Kanaya, there's going to be my two teammates, Rick and Murray, Jeffrey Sale and Warren Willing. They're all going to go tomorrow. I wouldn't bet 20 cents on who's going to win the series overall.
The paddock at Pukekohe on practice day reflects the pleasant informality synonymous with motorsport in New Zealand and provides first-time visitors with ample opportunity to adjust from the pressure of a European season.
Greg, do you want some tea?
Still in good spirit after a season of mixed fortune, Italian star Marco Lucanelli enjoys the celebrity status, though he's quietly apprehensive about the enthusiasm surrounding his entry. Like any professional rider, he likes to please a crowd and stay up front. But a small budget and severe lack of spares mean it's just not possible to do both.
You changed?
Entering a production bike in an international field of road races seems silly, but when you add engine modifications to provide 140 horsepower and the sheer raw brilliance of Graham Crosby riding it, the proposition becomes a bit more credible. The bike's a Z1R Kawasaki, kitted out with some of Pops Yoshimura's special goodies, and Graham Crosby's a 22-year-old Kiwi now resident in Australia, where he's the king of modified production racing.
You don't have to win because you know you can't, so you just have a good time and do a few wheelies and please the crowd and so forth.
Pukekohe is 1.75 miles round with 2 fast straights, 2 very quick curves, a gentle S section and a hairpin.
Pukekohe would probably be the best racetrack that they have in New Zealand. It's a circuit where you feel like you can really do something with a motorcycle.
Top speed in the back straight is around 180 mile an hour. Lucanelli, after only 9 laps, is already inside the lap record, and Graham Crosby has almost got his huge machine sorted out.
All it is basically just a standard road bike with 140 horsepower coming out the engine.
What do you think is going to win on Sunday?
I think a little jet lag.
afternoon rainstorm prematurely ends the day's practice, and suddenly the pit area that was a scramble of motion only minutes ago is a vacant lot. Perhaps the most important single safety procedure, and compulsory at any meeting, is scrutineering. Helmets are checked for cracks, leathers for rips and boots for scuffing, before two official mechanics give every bike a final check for brakes, oil leaks, loose fittings and tyre wear. Round 1, leg 1, the first of 10 races to decide the series. Greg Hansford has pole position and starts as firm favourite. Bike and a power band wide enough to give him more versatility than the others, his bike appears to have handling problems, and it's Greg Hansford who pulls out the early lead from Jeffrey Sale. To go, Jeff Sale overtakes Hansford, leaving Ray Quincy third. The Italian Bucanelli is comfortably in fourth place, with Kanaya, Perry, Willing and Murray Sale trailing, but not too far away. He overdoes it and crashes approaching the tight Castrol corner and now leaves Lucanelli third. Meanwhile, Hansford takes back the lead and first place in leg 1 with Jeff Sale second.
Slid away because I was trying to turn too sharply to stay on the road.
Around 30 feet, the now new will.
Okay, then I'll turn your cat right, stick a hole in it. Okay, no problem, you're doing it very well. You might have to change your tyre, that's a good hook.
As they line the grid to start leg 2, tense faces show the signs of much frantic work since leg 1. Greg Hansford says he can improve by a second. Kanaya has sorted out the handling problem. Jeff Sale changed the tyre, and Ray Quincy is viewing from the pits after his crash. Kanaya will be the man to watch. Kanaya gets a brilliant start and races away with Hansford, the Sale brothers and Rick Perry hot on his heels. This is incredibly close racing. Hansford and Jeff Sale are having to really work to draw back on Kanaya's big acceleration advantage. After a brilliant struggle up front through most of the race, Hansford and Sale managed to pass Kanaya, and Hansford leads until he misses a gear change, over-revving and faulting his ignition to leave Jeff Sale the winner from Kanaya and Lucanelli third.
Jeffrey, tremendous racing. How did you pull that one out?
Well, put a new tyre on for the second leg, hoping that we'll be able to get closer to Greg. As it turned out, we're close enough, and his bike went on 2 cylinders halfway through, I think.
How do you think you'd have got on if he'd still been running on the 3?
Well, I think I might have been able to get him anyway.
What was your problem, mate?
I don't know, I missed a gear change when I was coming out of that slope one over there, and it over-revved, and it sounded like a bleeding exhaust pop off, but it didn't, it's done something else, I don't know.
They're running on 2 cylinders?
Yeah, 2.5.
So the first day's racing leaves Jeffrey Sale leading overall from Hideo Kanaya and Marco Lucanelli. With 2 days to spare before preparation for the next meeting, most riders enjoy some summer weather. Greg Hansford's a businessman, both on and off his bike, and one of his interests, aptly enough, is the importation of these Kawasaki jet skis. Crosby, above all else, is a crowd pleaser. His antics on a bike often disguise his professionalism and vast ability. But on this seemingly harmless outing, he impresses onlookers in a way he never expected. Wellington's about 9 hours drive from Auckland, and most teams enjoy the scenery at a leisurely pace. Gracefield Circuit is a 1.3-mile natural left-hand course over public streets in the predominantly industrial outskirts of Wellington. International riders in the past have likened New Zealand's street circuits to motocross, and this year's competitors are no less critical. In fact, most consider this one unreasonably dangerous.
You like the circuit? No, I don't like it, but it's necessary race. It's necessary going.
Why don't you like it?
Because it is dangerous.
last 2 races out of the series, so I've got to try and finish every race. It's better to, say, get second than win, than fall over trying to win.
What do you think of this circuit? You never made it here last year, did you?
No, I crashed at Pukekohe in practice last year on a 350 before I made this round, but no, it's different. I think I'm probably learning something. But,
do you think it's dangerous?
Oh, I think it's very dangerous, yeah.
What do you think of the circuit?
It's too rough. Too rough. It's all right if you got on a bike that handles superbly like the Yamahas and stuff like that, but as far as hanging on to my thing, it's just the wrists are pretty well buggered. Pretty rough, actually.
Some of the overseas guys reckon it's dangerous. You think it's dangerous?
Yeah, I'll go along with it. Oh, no, it's not really. I think it's only dangerous when you outride yourself, you know?
Practice times at Gracefield have been unimpressive, and as they line up to start leg 1, it's obvious that no one's prepared to stick his neck out unless absolutely necessary. Hansford's favoured to win here as well. After confusion and near disaster at the start line, it's Jeff Sale who leads out, with Quincy, Hansford and a rather unstable-looking Wanganui close behind. Kanaya's bike, with about as much rigidity as a damp sandwich, is a real handful, and here he's having trouble staying with Crosby in 6th place. Race leader Greg Hansford comments.
You look at Crosby's bike like that, it looks like it's handling like a dog, but Crosby rides it. No one else could do that. He's got some sort of a feeling for that bike. You can go to the other extreme and look at Kanaya's bike, where I don't think anyone could ride it. That was just sort of, there's something wrong with that. There's drastically wrong and it's got to be fixed. I don't think anyone could do a good job on that.
Graham Crosby's wheelies are great to watch, but a broken back wheel eventually tells the tale of excessive power. A brilliant ride from Greg Hansford, winning leg 1 from Jeff Sale and Ray Quincy. One man expected to do well, especially on difficult street circuits, is New Zealander John Woodley. He's noted for his gutsy and adventurous riding, and his extremely light RG500 Suzuki normally shines here, but this just has not been his day.
Things don't seem to be going 100% today, Tony. We seized the good bike first time out this morning, and we seized it in the first race again. I'm using the second bike. Things are not going terribly well.
I pulled the bloody sprocket out.
So what?
The sprocket. And the mag wheel. There's six bolts that go around, right? And I've done a few wheelies and just generally having a good time because it's a bit, just not fast enough, you know. And I come on the main straight there, a big handful, and it just went round.
Too much power?
I don't know, it's just pulled the sprocket right off. It's just ripped the whole bloody lot off, so now I've got to go around and try those Pommy sidecars for Whitworth threads.
In a 5-round series comprising 10 races in all, consistency is paramount. Greg Hansford, after engine problems at Pukekohe, needs another win here to have any real chance of beating Jeff Sale overall, especially on Sale's current form. After a good start, Hansford's chances are short-lived, and you can almost feel his disappointment as he watches his rivals flash by. Crosby gives his front wheel a rest from this dreadful surface, Jeff Sale takes a checkered flag and increases his points lead to 14.
Yeah, I'm very, very happy. I was pretty happy after last week, but today's made me even happier, and if it keeps going like that, it'll be really good.
You think you could have beaten Greg?
Well, it's hard to say. In the first race, I thought I had a chance, and the last lap coming onto the straight, I missed first gear and dropped back a bit, and as it turned out, Greg missed a couple of gears too, so if I didn't miss that one, I might have beat him in the first one, but you can't tell. The second race, I don't know.
It's not the sort of luck you want 2 weeks in a row, is it?
Not really, no.
What happened?
Not really sure that one of the water pumps on one of the hoses to the radiator was off. After I'd done one lap. I don't know what happened. It was on there in the previous 2 races and no one's touched it since. And I went in the first lap of that race and water came out everywhere, so it's either someone's undone it or something, I don't know what happened. But the mechanics never touched the bike between the races, so...
So what did you do, stick it back in a hurry?
Yeah, we did it back up, and then when I stopped the first time, I think I turned the gas tap off and I did 3 more laps, and I think it seized him because there's only gas going through it.
Greg's still got a chance if he can win the next 6 races, which is not beyond him. He's still in there with a chance.
Well, I'd say now Jeffrey will win the series. He should win it anyway, put it that way if he doesn't, he's slack.
Christmas Day and a short 2.5-hour drive to Wanganui for round 3. The atmosphere is more tranquil than frantic, but most teams are busy with the essential servicing required of any racing machines. Moving hay bales is not a rider's job, but Greg Hansford has decided that in view of the questionable organisation here, he should lend a hand for his own peace of mind and safety. Badly placed hay bales are not the only problem. Oil left on the track by a sidecar in the last race is causing understandable concern for riders, and several have already refused to ride. Even Stuart Avant has found himself a broom. Graham Crosby, normally the last person to complain, explains the implications.
It's just so much oil you wouldn't believe it. It's so slippery, I can only just ride this real slowly. If you ride on the oil, it's just everywhere. Getting touch of the brake, it just locks up instantaneously. And it's all on the racing line, you know? Like round here, like you're going probably doing a good 100 mile an hour, and there's just no way tyres are going to bloody hang on to this stuff with this oil on here. The sidecar did it from the start. But you can't really blame them, although they do have a lot of problems with blow-ups and stuff like that. But when they realise the bloody things have dumped an engine or something, he's just carried on right round the track, online all the way. It's bloody stupid.
After much argument, bags of cement and promises from organisers, the riders have been given 2 extra practice laps to test the surface and to find alternative lines through corners avoiding the oil. Greg Hansford's riding his 250, and while the horsepower disadvantage is obvious against 750 machines, he may just balance that with easier handling. This is a very tight and difficult circuit. Hansford has caught the leaders very quickly. He's holding 2nd place behind Jeff Sale, with Lucanelli 3rd and Graham Crosby amazingly 4th. Laps to go, Hansford's little 250 has sneaked in past Sale, and Sale's 750 is proving a real handful. The duel for 1st and 2nd place continues. Marco Lucanelli is 3rd and sailing almost horizontal through corners to catch Hansford. Wanganui riding way over the limit. He's almost caught Hansford in second place, but this is the last lap. Jeff Sale wins the race from Greg Hansford, with Graham Crosby taking third place. Lucanelli almost caught Hansford for second place, but his luck didn't quite last to the finish line. The series doctor, Jim Cashman, says it's a broken collarbone, and it looks like the end of the series for Marco Lucanelli. Jeff Sale has pole position for leg 2. Hansford's again on his 250, and with Lucanelli on his way to hospital, Graham Crosby will be looking for another third place.
As far as the bikes that suit the track goes, I think my bike suits Wanganui better than I think anybody else's bike does, because you can just turn it on and it'll jump out of the corners, and by the time the two straights hit their legs, well, you're at another corner. And it's steered real good through the S's and over the railway lines, and it's a very hard track to pass on. So if you get a good start, which I managed to do, you can hold most of them off for at least 10 or 12 laps. It was really good.
I'd much rather be on a real circuit. The railway crossings and these sort of things don't bother too many people because you're travelling in a straight line. But the islands and the concrete gutters and the telephone poles and the spectators standing on the outsides of the corners all makes up for a really a no-no in motorcycle racing.
Wanganui is known as the cemetery circuit, not because of former accidents, but because it runs through the middle of a graveyard. At the entrance to the cemetery S section, Jeff Sale has a comfortable lead from Crosby, Warren Willing and Hansford, fighting his way through the traffic in fourth place. Stage, it's still Sale, Crosby, Willing and Hansford. But it's usually about this time that Hansford starts sneaking past, having already watched for the best passing points. With 4 laps to go, Hansford's moving up fast, and Jeff Sale's lead looks tenuous, with his 750 Yamaha only firing on 3 of its 4 cylinders. The last lap. Hansford knows that Jeff Sale's down on power, and he's just waiting for the easiest place to pass. Crosby's still third and Warren Willing fourth. A win here will put Hansford second to Sale on overall points. The checkered flag for Greg Hansford, Sale second, Crosby third.
How do you feel about winning a leg on 250?
Brilliant.
Do you think it's bending the rules a week?
No, we didn't change, break the rules. I think they changed them for us just before we did the race, so we can go through it.
How do you feel about having the rules changed for you?
Well, I don't think it was really that true either. I think the rule says that if your underbike broke down, you could use anything, really.
2 750s break down?
One. I've only got one.
No. Another one as well?
Yeah, well, Rick crashed in the first race, and he did something to the gearbox.
You don't feel that there's a little bit of organisation here to keep some people here?
No, I don't think so.
How do you feel about the circuit's condition today?
Terrible. Really bad. Well, I guess it's a smaller circuit here, and it's a really street circuit. But we tried to get it as good as possible, and the few guys who did fall off did hit the hay bales where we put them.
I don't think this one should go on again next year. If they've got different tracks at Mansfield and Bay Park, if they could run a meeting, it'd be a lot better racing, I think.
Would you run again next year, knowing what's happened this year? Have you expected the same?
No, I wouldn't race the energy.
Wouldn't compete.
Oh, well, they shouldn't happen again, because once it happens like this, they learn from their mistakes, and it was the organisers' mistake, so I guess, you know, they should learn their lesson from
Would
it.
you rather they kept street circuits?
No.
I'm really happy about today, really happy.
What about next week?
Well, now I can afford to go down to the rest of the meetings.
You got the money now?
Yeah, I'm wrapped.
Level circuit at Timaru in the South Island is exactly a mile round with a lap record of 43.6 seconds set last year by New Zealander John Woodley. It's quite a tricky little track with variable radius curves, 2 sets of fast S-bends and 140-mile-an-hour back straight. As they practice, the points situation shows Jeff Sale leading overall by 24 points from Greg Hansford on 90. Jeff's brother Murray Sale has 88 points and Warren Willing lies fourth with 83. Although Levels is only a mile round, it's a very deceptive track and always brings out the best in rider ability. 3 of New Zealand's best riders, Dale Wiley, Stu Avant and John Woodley, have all come to grief here in previous Marlboro meetings. Lining the grid to start leg 1, Greg Hansford's dirty leathers tell the tale of his painful crash in an earlier 250 race. He has a broken shoulder blade, but he's starting nevertheless. Leg 1 starts a mad 100-yard dash to the first corner. A bad line for the first right-hander can mean 2 seconds lost to the traffic, so the first man through with a clear line has a huge advantage. Hansford's on form despite his broken bone and leads out from Sale and Willing. Back in the group, Stu Avant is not so bad. He's been brought down with John Woodley's crash. He's obviously not injured, but a little peeved because this is the same corner he crashed on last year.
Yeah, John Woodley crashed behind me. This bloke went on by himself and went straight into the side of me and centre punched me. So I had nothing to do with it at all.
Still Hansford from Sale and Willing. Sale's catching Hansford fast, and it looks like Hansford may have an engine problem.
It just started to mist. I think it might have been a foul spark plug or something, but it cleared itself. And, or something went down the carburetor or something like that, but it went for about a lap and a half on 2 cylinders, and then it became good again.
I was running about 5th, I think, in the first meeting, and it looked as if I could probably hold that position, or at least 6 or 7. And wheel bearing collapsed, and I had to settle for a ready for something.
Jeff Sale's riding beautifully. It makes it look so easy, and barring engine failure, the race must be his. Warren Willing second, and Jeff's brother Murray third. Jeff Sale the winner, Willing second, and Murray Sale third. Conspicuous by his absence on the grid, Greg Hansford has retired. Everyone has a bad day occasionally, and this is one Greg will want to forget. Engine problems, a broken shoulder, and to top it all off, a bee got inside his helmet during the first race and left painful stings on his neck and face. Graham Crosby hasn't finished repairing his own bike, so he's riding a Burrow machine, which, while completely uncompetitive, at least allows him to gain points by finishing in the first 20. With a grid full of riders all psyched up to race, the starter's job is a difficult one. This race should really have been started again. Jeff Sale and the American rider Wes Cooley take full advantage of the situation, and it's Sale leading into the first corner. Watching Jeff Sale so safe and smooth way out in front, it's hard to imagine he was never favoured as a winner. Hansford's been a winner when not plagued by problems, but Kanaya, apart from Pukekohe, has showed no form at all.
Now, but look at Murray Sale, he's starting to hound Timaru right now.
Cooley is sitting right behind Sale in the first real display of competition since the series started. But it's all Sale's race, and though he doesn't know it yet, he's the 1978 Marlboro champion with 2 races still in hand. With Timaru over and a few days to spare before the final day at Ruapuna in Christchurch, once again there's time for some relaxation. Traditionally on this series, the visitors play the locals. For the first time, the locals are being beaten.
These are privateer stakes, I realise that. Not the works ones? No, they're not works ones, I'm afraid they're not fully modified. If you notice, they're only running...
Ruapuna is another short 1-mile track. Race day here invariably dawns hot and sunny, and today's no exception. Jeff Sale has an unassailable overall lead on 154 points. His brother Murray lies second with 120, and Warren Willing, who holds the lap record here, is third on 118 points.
Yesterday, in fact, my bike's just about as fast as any other thresher here. With the exception of Williams and maybe Blakey's.
Yesterday from Gracefield in the first corner. And there's all these marks going in the corner, about 5 or 6 skid marks that have gone in. I says, and are these yours, huh? He says, oh, really? He grabs the picture and races down and shows his mechanics.
Hansford has his bike back to competitive form, but he's not happy about his own performance with a very painful shoulder.
Come to Marlboro country.
Marco Lucanelli, sidelined since his Wanganui crash, says he'll ride today. Lucanelli has padded up the back of his seat and altered the handlebar angle to make riding a bit more comfortable. Both he and Greg Hansford will start with broken shoulders.
Lapping out here now at 46, you need to be about another 2 seconds quicker. Will you do that on race day, or are you going to just finish?
No, I want to finish race. I don't want to crash again.
On practice times, Jeff Sale and Wes Cooley must start as favourites. Kanaya's been unimpressive, and Hansford and Lucanelli will both be impeded by their injuries. Start from Sale, and the mad stampede to the hairpin has given him the lead, but the American Wes Cooley is not far behind. Greg Hansford was putting up a gallant effort in 4th place, but he's just come adrift in the S section. There's Hansford, content to watch as he says goodbye to any chance of finishing in the real prize money. A disappointing and unlucky series for a man widely tipped as a future world champion. Sale and Cooley have run away from the rest, and the battle up front is incredible. Cooley seems quicker in a straight line, but Sale draws him back under braking and takes a much smoother line through corners. Lucanelli looks decidedly uncomfortable, but he's still upright and holding 5th place. This duel for 1st and 2nd goes on, and if Jeff Sale thought he'd have an easy race, he certainly doesn't think so now. That's Marco Lucanelli's bike down, and the end of his day's racing, which leaves Ray Quincy 3rd and Graham Crosby in 4th place. To go, and Cooley has passed Sale, with both of them lapping close to Warren Willing's record. The last lap. Sale has the lead back again, and it'll be a sprint to the finish line between he and Cooley. Wes Cooley 2nd, Warren Willing 3rd. Because of the overall points situation, Sale need not even start leg 2 to win the series. It's a matter of professional pride to win, especially since Cooley was close in leg 1, and he'll be trying just as hard in this one. Not a good start for Cooley or Sale. Ray Quincy, the Australian Yamaha rider, gets away first, and he'll take a lot of catching on this circuit. After crashing at Pukekohe in the first race of the series, Quincy has been a little shy and cautious, content to sit behind the leaders in an effort to make up points. But today he's taken this race from the start. And now comes the start of the challenge from Jeff Sale to take the lead. He was inside the lap record on his last lap, and he's very quickly narrowing the gap. A challenge from Wes Cooley was thwarted earlier when he collided with Kanaya. Cooley's out, but Kanaya's still riding and suffering the effects of that crash. Fuel leaking from a broken carburetor as a result of the crash has ignited, ending what's been a series full of frustration for Kanaya. Jeff Sale has set a new lap record. In fact, he's ridden the last 3 laps inside the old record and taken the lead back from Quincy. Murray Sale's in 3rd place with 2 New Zealanders, Trevor Discombe and Paul McLaughlin, 4th and 5th. A brilliant ride to catch up 2 seconds in 4 laps. Sale has seized his bike, so Ray Quincy has the lead once more. Consistent riding paid off for Ray Quincy. It's a hot day, and brake failures and engine overheating problems were inevitable for someone. Quincy, by holding a steady pace, reduced the chances of that someone being him. While Ray Quincy takes his lap of honour, officialdom churns through the corrected point system to find that Jeff Sale wins overall by 33 points from Murray Sale and Warren Willing, with Hideo Kanaya in 4th place. Jeff Sale's breakdown was a long way from the glory of an enthusiastic crowd, so his brother Murray, the series runner-up, lends a hand to the new champion. Kanaya's bike was sent here to test and prove components. It was a failure. Jeff Sale of Australia, Marlboro champion 1978.